I remember it like yesterday. It was so freezing and I was trying to get an iconic shot of the Golden Gate Bridge and I walked toward it on Baker Beach and it was so cold and the wave was so dangerous. It was kind of crazy and I walked toward to get an iconic shot of the Golden Gate Bridge. Honestly, the light was really boring. There was no clouds, there was nothing, but I really wanted to get an iconic shot, a very strong story, a good composition. I knew this beach was dangerous because 4 of my students had lost their camera on that beach because of the wave. The thing is, we're all trying to get the leading line of the wave into the Golden Gate Bridge. So as I said, I was really obsessed to get that shoreline as the leading line into the Golden Gate Bridge and waiting for the right moment. And finally, boom, I started getting good shots. I started getting blurry shots. And finally, I got some really cool shots. There was so many bad photos, so many bad compositions, but I think I had a few that were good. Guys, if you want to see a professional workflow of a photo that has sold in over 100 galleries around the world, stay until the end. I'm going to show you my whole workflow on picking the right photo and retouching it. But at the very end, I'm going to show you a really cool trick on dodge and burn that will change everything in your raw files. You can do this too. Let's do it. This is what it looks like when I arrive. It was crazy because I just had changed lens and I had so many dust spots on my camera. And my first photos were at 2.5 seconds at f18, 160. I had a variable on and I was trying to get the leading line here like this, but it was too early and it was so cold and it was freezing. But some of these photos that I selected actually turned out pretty well. Today, I'm going to be using my Lightroom Natural Drama formula, which is a 5-step formula covered in my book, which you can get for free. Plus, I can coach you for free. Check out the link under this video. Also, this will give you access to a special program where I can mentor you. All the information under this video. Anyway, so this one, I was like, yeah, let's see what we can do. So I open up the shadows, I brought down the highlights, I crush my black, and I do my white, which is the first step of my Natural Drama formula. I'm trying to get a decent exposure and it's pretty good. So when I'm happy with the exposure, well, actually, let me get rid of the dust spots because it's just so bad. We have this new tool in Lightroom, which I really love, which is a new content aware fill tool, which is amazing to get rid of dust. I can check it out, visual spots. Yeah, I think I'm all good. All right, so you see it's not such a big deal. So once you have the right exposure, step number 2 of my formula. Oh, there's one more dust spot here that I just saw right by the bridge. The step number 2 is the white balance. So it's way too blue. So I think on this one, I'm just gonna add some warm and some magenta and some contrast. But one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go here to profile and I'm gonna go to camera matching and I'm gonna go landscape. This was shot with a Sony camera and the Sony camera have really cool profile. So I'm gonna use landscape. You can use Adobe RAW, Adobe Landscape if you want, but I prefer the one that's provided by Sony with landscape. Boom. Now it's too blue. So my step number 2 is always to refine the white balance. Okay, now it's kind of cool. I added some warms. So I start to like this photo. It's not the best. Stay until the end for the best. But this one is kind of cool. And on this one, I'm just going to refine the color really quick. So refining colors, I just go to U and I click on this little tool here. And I click on the sky. And if I go up, it becomes a magenta. If I go down, it becomes very blue. Maybe just a little bit down, something like this. And I'm going to click here on that pink or magenta. If I go up and down, well, it doesn't do much on the U. So now let's go to saturation and let's just add a bit of saturation on the red, orange, and yellow because the Golden Gate Bridge is really red. I want him to come out. I want, you know, also the clouds to come out, which is kind of cool. And voila, I'm just checking something. You know, that's just the shape of the cloud. Okay, good. I'm happy with that. And now, step number 4 and the most important step is the dodge and burn. This photo is too dark. People don't know where to look. So you know what? I'm just going to make it a bit brighter. And I'm going to go here and I'm going to add a linear gradient to the very top of the photo. And I'm going to lower the exposure. Okay. But then the problem is that now it's making this darker also. I only want to darken the sky, not the rock here. So you know what? I'm just going to go here. And this is a trick incredible. 3 dots, intersect mask with sky, with select sky. And that's going to make that this gradient is not only on the sky. Check this out. It's crazy. Before, after. I'm only making the sky dark. It's a bit too much. And you know what? I think I'm just going to crop this photo. I don't like the composition so much. So I'm going to go to 16:9. And I'm going to show you the best photo, the one that I sold in galleries all over the world. It's very similar to the one I'm going to show you here now. 100 galleries have this photo. I'm very proud. It's one of the things I'm the most proud of. And you can do it too. You just have to follow this workflow. Okay, so that's good. Now let's go back to my dodge and burn. So I'm gonna go back here on my mask. Let's just do another one here. Just want to lower a little bit. The reason why I want to darken the very top, and same thing, I'm gonna go here, 3-dot, intersect mask with skies, because I don't want it to go on the bridge. Check this out. And also I'm going to add a gradient here and boom. Make it darker here, okay? That's kind of cool. That is kind of cool. And I really like that photo, but it's not, I was like, yeah, it's a good photo, but it's not the best. So when you have a retouching that really works, I'll give you a little trick. You can press Command-Shift-C and just check all. Okay, so you copy that, and let's take, for example, this photo, and I'm gonna press Command-V, and that's gonna copy everything that I did now on that one photo, including the cropping, and including taking out all the spots. But now you see it's too bright. Not a problem. All you have to do is you lower the exposure and you check your black point with holding the Option key. You want to get, you see what you see here in blue and black is 1% black point. That's what you want about. And then you check the white point and it just sort of gives you an idea of the photo. This photo is pretty good. There is still some sensor dust, but it's not the star. Stay tuned for the star. The star is about to come. You see, because this was like the end of the sunset, which did not really happen. And we wanted, so I waited and waited. And then suddenly the bridge started turning on. And then I was getting a lot of blurry shots because of the wave that was coming and hitting my tripod. I was so afraid to lose my camera because so many of my friends lost their camera there. And finally I got this photo. So it was all crooked because of the wave, but I thought it was not going to be sharp, but it turns out it's sharp. It's totally sharp. So what did I do? Let's do the natural drama formula again. Remember, you can get my book. The link is under the video, and you can get mentorship with me. I have a mentorship program that costs $47 a month. You can get 2 weeks free if you get the book, and the book is for free. You just have to pay shipping and handling. So same thing. I'm doing my black point. I'm doing my white point, and I'm adding some contrast. Look at that. Look at that. It's kind of crazy. So let's go here and let's do some real nice cropping. 16:9. It's my favorite crop. And this is so close to the photo. This is not the exact photo that I sold in gallery, but the one that I shot is very, very similar. Yes. Okay, look at this. It's an 8-second exposure at f5, ISO 250. The reason why I was at ISO 250 is that there was so much wave that I couldn't do like a 20-second exposure. Every time I would do a longer exposure, I would often get a photo that's very, very blurry. So I didn't want that. So that's why I went at 250 ISO at f5 because I was trying to get this, but it's still very sharp. Okay. So now that oh, look at that. Look at that. The white balance for me is kind of perfect. Maybe a bit more blue. No, I like the blue there. Maybe a little bit more magenta. Wow. Look at that. And now there's so much colors when you wait for the end of the blue hour. There's so much colors. I don't even need to use a profile to get the colors to come out. I think I'm just going to do my dodge and burn now. So I'm just going to add a gradient here. And boom. And I always follow the same formula from my book. You should really check it out. It's going to change the way you retouch your photo. I promise you, because I'm going to show you in the book a lot of examples. Okay. Now I'm going to add a little gradient here. So I'm adding a bit of light in the middle. So you see, I darkened the top, I darkened the bottom, and I added some light in the middle. That way it really focused the eyes of the people in front of the photo. So that's the before, and that's the final result. And now that you see, what I did is I shot this one pretty zoomed in, and then I shot this other one pretty zoomed out. But it was the same, I'm guessing it's the same settings, 8-second f5 250. So you know what? I can just go here and click on previews, and it's gonna copy what I did before. Look at that. Look at that. And boom. If you ever go to San Francisco, go to Baker Beach, but please stay all the way till the end of the blue hour. You need to wait for the Golden Gate Bridge to brighten, and you're going to get an awesome photo. Guys, I hope you get my book, and I'll see you in another video. Thank you very much.